So do you have another one?
Do you want like a childhood one or like one that just happened 10 minutes ago?
A better childhood because they're more foundational.
Okay, so when it just happened, that's just kind of a trigger of that, right? We see that
Well,
it kind of shows up.
that's the theory anyway. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Um, okay, just the first memory is 7, starting a new school and being told they basically announced to the class, this is the new girl. She is comes from a different school and her grades are perfect. And they kind of announced me almost as like a smarter version of everyone. And so instead of seeing that in any way as something for me to feel proud of, it was like, oh my God, what am I'm living up to something I don't even know why. It just that pressure cooker needling sensation.
Okay. So
Uh,
if you're going to give this movie, if you're going to give this movie a title, what would that title be?
uh, Look at Carrie live up to these standards. And I always interpreted that as not like other people have to live up to my standards, but now I'm having to live up to my own. And so, this is where, as you know, I turn things in. I don't tend to just
Okay.
bask in the fact that everyone might secretly admire or even resent me. I saw it more as just, what?
Okay. To shorten that a bit, can we just call it Carrie's Standards? Would that fit?
Perfect.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Let me write the movie title down. And I gather the crescendo moment on there is you're being introduced. The teacher says something, and you get this, "Oh my God! I just got the pressure cooker bed of nails on me," kind of thing.
Exactly. And
Okay.
I'm 7, and it's in the middle of first grade, so there's already kind of standard child public school anxieties, and this was really.
Okay. And what were the words she may have said?
Uh, should I just say it because I can hear it?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
who
Yeah.
knows about the perfect accuracy? But certainly the way I received it, and it still runs in my memory, is now class, we're welcoming Carrie to our first grade class. She is extremely smart, and I know you all will want to learn from her and be inspired by um, her as a role model.
Okay. To shorten that a bit, although I don't always want to do that, I just want to know if it works. If we said, "Now class, here's Carrie,"
Yeah.
does that fit?
Yes, because it's like, woo, yes, yeah,
Okay. It's just a shorthand way to say all of that. But I want to
absolutely.
make sure that, see, what's important is that whatever words we use really are going to trigger what happened at that time. The
Yes,
teacher didn't really say, "Here's Carrie," as Johnny Carson would have been introduced.
right,
Um, but that would work as far as getting
absolutely.
the charge out there. Okay.
It works very well. You should really just be behind me, always like simplifying my thought process. Is that how your brain works? I'm so envious.
No, I've been at this a while. After a while, you, you develop a tool or two. Okay. All right. Okay. So, if you will, guess for me, if you were to close your eyes and vividly imagine this "here's Carrie" thing, uh, what kind of, on a scale of 0 to 10, what kind of bed of nails and pressure cooker type thing do you think you'd get to?
It's pretty big. It's a 9, and I just flashed to another one at 3, but I don't know if we want to. I just suddenly I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I see. This one started even earlier. Huh? Does it
Well,
matter?
uh,
We could kind of just say we're doing them both, or
no, I don't want to do them both.
okay.
I don't want to do them both. Uh,
Well, can we stick with this one because I feel like this one's strong, but that was really shocking to me. I've never had that happen where I literally went back about 4 years before
okay.
into another.
Well, All right. Don't be surprised as we go through the Carrie Standards movie. Don't be surprised if your mind doesn't go to some other thing. Okay. And if it does, we'll deal with it. Okay.
Right.
All right. So with me, even though I have this Carrie's Standards movie,
Even though I have this Carrie Standards movie,
I deeply and completely accept myself.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
I was only 7.
I was only 7.
The bed of nails.
The bed of nails.
The pressure cooker.
The pressure cooker.
All of which were my own inside job.
All of which were my own inside job.
Meaning my own response to the teacher's very nice comments, actually.
Yes. Sorry, I forgot the first part.
Okay.
They're all were actually in response to, frankly, the teacher's very nice comments, actually.
Yeah, they were nice.
They were. You're right. I don't know why I didn't receive them that way.
Here's Carrie.
Here's Carrie.
Johnny Carson made zillions, with responding to that introduction.
Yes, Johnny Carson made millions responding to that introduction.
And I respond with a bed of nails and a pressure cooker.
And I respond with a bed of nails and a pressure cooker.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Carrie Standards movie.
Carrie Standards movie.
Carrie Standards movie.
Carrie Standards movie.
Here's Carrie.
Here's Carrie. Carrie Standards movie. Here's Carrie. Carrie Standard movie. Here's Carrie. Carrie Standards movie.
All right.
Wow, how did you do that reframe so fast? That's so amazing that I wouldn't have just received that as a kind thing to have someone say.
Well, from the outside, dear, is obvious. From the inside, not so obvious, okay? Because when you're dealing with a bed of nails and a pressure cooker, you're not outside looking in. You're inside the bed of nails looking out,
Right.
So I will be the genie in the clouds, observing and judging you, and I hope you don't disappoint me.
You just go on trying, babe.
All right. Close the eyes. Go through Carrie Standards movie and tell me if you're still a 9.
No. It's still, I think we need another round. I'm 5, 6.
Okay. All right. Okay. What was poking its head up, saying that isn't resolved? We need it's as a 5 or 6. What was showing up? Was it somebody's words, somebody's gestures, some thought of yours, some feeling in your body?
I think I was moving a little bit into judgment again. So recognizing kind of everything that we just tapped on, that I wouldn't have known better, but a little bit of judgment on why I would bother with the bed of nails when I could just enjoy a very kind word.
Okay.
I mean, I still feel very just shaken up that somebody saying something pretty can't just float into me and instead constricts me. It confuses me, not just intellectually, but in my system. I feel very sad about that.
Okay, well, here's what I hear. I hear the way we described this to begin with was a bed of nails, pressure cooker type thing for the here's Carrie comment. Mm-hmm. All right. Now I'm hearing not that. I didn't hear that when you just came. You didn't say that, okay? Right. Not that it's not there, but you didn't say it, okay? Uh-huh. But what you did say was now the judge, we're back into this piece of this judgment thing. You're judging yourself for your own self-talk and whatever. That's what you said, right?
Yeah, so that inner judge that I have is working its way up.
Okay, so, and this is really important for those listening in, because we don't know at this point if we've completely collapsed the pressure cooker bed of nails thing, that feeling with the one round. But what did show up here now is what appears to be another aspect. Something is now showing up, okay? So I want to aim at that, and we'll keep going. We'll see where this takes us, okay? So even though I have this self-judgment,
even though I have this self-judgment,
here's Carrie was a really nice thing to say.
here's Carrie was a really nice thing to say.
But I'm somehow judging myself
But I'm somehow judging myself
at age 7
at age 7
with all the wisdom of a 7-year-old.
with all the wisdom of a 7-year-old.
For what? What are you judging? Tell me again. What are you judging yourself for?
I'm judging myself to protect other people from having to feel like they are worse compared to me. It's like
Okay. All right. And so, wait a minute. You're judging yourself. Say that again.
Isn't that just crazy?
Well, say it again.
I'm judging myself to try to protect everybody for feeling bad for having to be compared to me.
You're judging yourself for wanting to protect them.
Yeah, almost like if I judge myself strong enough, it can provide a force field of protection from them so they don't have to feel bad about themselves.
Okay.
Because I would think I would if I heard that. I'm not sure. I don't. It's just so bizarre. I'm not even sure.
All right. I'm not sure I can put words around this, but let's hear with me, okay? Here I am, age 7.
Here I am, age 7.
Judging myself
Judging myself
for some teacher's comment
for some teacher's comment
that I had nothing to do with, and trying to protect all these other people,
and trying to protect all these other students, yeah,
from their own inside jobs
from their own inside jobs, yeah,
about what some teacher said
about what some teacher said
about me,
as
if they really cared.
as if they really cared.
Well, think about it, okay?
I know, man.
As if they really cared.
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 I'm a bit over the top here.
I'm a bit over the top here.
As if
Quite
they
a
really
drama
cared.
queen. As if they really cared.
That's good. Drama queen. That's good. That's really good.
Drama queen. Drama queen. As if they really cared. Drama queen. Isn't that funny? It's like, what? So I'm a drama queen, but then that just cracks me up. It's almost like the opposite version of a drama queen. Instead of making myself better, I'm like, I make myself worse, but that's just as dramatic.
Well, yes. Okay. I'm not sure. I never know how well we do with these things because you and I are talking about this academically, about the absurdity of it.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I know. We need to stick with the emotional.
Well,
right?
no. I'm just having conversation with you about it. Okay. It may have landed, at some heavier level than just the academic discussion. We don't know that. Close your eyes, get back into it, and try to get yourself upset about this judgment and tell me what happens.
Yeah, that particular thing feels like a 4.
All right.
I wonder if you hit on something, the fact that emotionally I'm one way, intellectually I'm another, and those two are not always congruent.
Well, that's typical. We all deal with that.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
I almost feel like I'm always trying to disclaimer that, and so I didn't know if that played a bigger role for me than a standard client, or if that's normal.
It varies from person to person and issue to issue and blah, 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 blah. But one of the phrases I often use is if everybody responded to stuff logically, we would never need a therapist.
Yeah.
But we don't. Okay, so it's a 4, but when you go back in to find that 4, be more specific. Can you? Is it still the same feeling or did something else show up?
Yeah, that feeling of the pressure cooker feeling is probably actually really more like a 0 or 1. I still can feel the trigger, and it's more kind of what I referred to earlier, which is still there. The charge of sadness that I am not allowing myself to receive what is clearly just a compliment and has nothing to do with anyone else. Like, why am I making things about other people? They're just, that moment is about me. And it's like, wow, that's just a really sad thing that I can't just be okay with it just being about my experience. It's not
Yeah.
about someone else's experience. And there's just like, I can't quite name that emotion, but it feels like there's some grief there to that.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, that's a little sad because you've got a certain softness about you, a certain radiance that I wish you could recognize. Now, that was a test, my dear. I want to know, what did you say? That was a compliment. What did you do with it inside?
I thought, oh my God, is there any truth to that? Like, I just like, so you're not, that wasn't true.
Well, no, it was true. It was absolutely true, but it was also a test.
Well, I mean,
There
I'm
is a
being honest.
there is a softness about you. There is a radiance about you. Very clear. It shows up all over the place. You may not see it because you're inside yourself. But I gave you the compliment to see what you would do with it.
Yeah, what I did with it was question whether or not I should be allowed to receive it.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
that's exactly what I did, which I guess I'm kind of doing about everything, huh?
Okay. And my video went haywire, hopefully for a little while, but so yours is fine. All right. So let's go back to this specific event, this 7-year-old specific event, the here's Carrie thing. But let's zero in on the compliment part of it and the self-talk about the compliment part of it. And for those listening in, please understand we're getting as specific as we can, and we get within the specific events, and we can find all these things. And this is what we need to do to be thorough. So I'm talking to you, Carrie, and to those listening in, okay? So we're going to zero in on I can't take the compliment, or I'm warding off the compliment, or whatever I'm doing. Okay, what would be
Yeah,
your?
moving it if it helps protect anyone else from feeling bad about it or something. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Well, now that's two issues, but that's okay.
Oh, is it? Okay. Well,
Okay,
I understand why I'm warding it off. It's very
okay,
strange to me.
that's okay. Well, but here I am, age 7,
Here I am, age 7,
warding off a compliment,
warding off a compliment.
and I would love to have that compliment come in.
I would love to have that compliment come in.
Because actually, I am pretty smart,
Because actually, I am pretty smart.
and the things she said actually were pretty true.
The things she said were actually true.
Might even help me gain a few friends in the group.
Might even help me gain a few friends in the group.
They might, gee, this is a really special girl.
They might think, boy, she might be a special girl.
Yeah, but I want to ward off the compliment.
But I want to ward off the compliment.
Let me stop a second. A bunch of stuff goes off in my head when I'm doing that. I'm seeing myself going 12 different directions with that. Okay.
Pick one.
Who's running the session, you or me? You disappoint me, dear.
Deal with it. I've become a monster of your own making.
Yeah, because there's you're getting into the lovability issue again. Because if we don't want to have a compliment that says I don't deserve, in some fashion, I don't deserve this, etc. Okay, and that gets back to some of our love work, our radiating love work, and so
Yeah.
pieces. Okay, so we have to be aware of the pieces for the moment. So anyway, even though I have this resistance to hearing the compliment,
Even though I have this resistance to hearing the compliment,
for all the screwed up reasons I can name,
for all the screwed up reasons I can name,
I deeply and completely accept myself.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
I am lovable after all.
I am lovable after all.
My resistance to compliments.
My resistance to compliments.
Keep going.
My resistance to compliments. 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 My resistance to compliments.
Okay, this time, Carrie, if you would, we'll close the eyes again in a moment, and we will go through this, or you'll go through this. This time, however, as the teacher is saying what she's saying, the here's Carrie type string of comments, and you might want to go into the actual comments themselves this time internally. Try to receive the compliment. Say, oh, that's nice. And I want to know what kind of resistance you get to that. Is the resistance a 10? No, 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 no. I'm not going to take that in. Is it a 5? Do we let it in a little bit? Is it, oh, that's pretty good. I like that. Try to let it in and tell me what happens. All right. Go ahead.
Yeah, I feel able to receive it in right now.
Okay.
It's really nice. It's really nice. It just always reminds me, it's so interesting how when we work on things, it's almost like we take me down enough where I go, what am I doing? This is all so great. And it's only going to make me a better person by allowing all this. And then, as you know, my construct comes back up. But no, I was able to receive it in a really nice way, a gentle, tender way, which feels really good because that energy of tenderness is something I kind of ward off because I'm not sure I'm allowed. Who do I ask to make sure I can get this? We've talked about that before. That same permission component, and when I see other people receive compliments and then they become so full of themselves, it's almost like I've rejected it because God forbid I became someone like that.
Well, wait a minute. Wait a minute. You have on many occasions given me compliments. In fact, you sent me a card loaded with compliments. Dearest Gary, EFT mastermind of awesomeness. Is that not a compliment?
Yeah, and oh,
Are you afraid I'm going to get a great big head and go off into whatever this thing you just talked about?
No.
How many people do you know that actually do respond with this big head?
Yeah, really nobody, because most people end up feeling very loved and more supported with the compliment.
But I have to go back and listen to the recording, but I believe you said you wanted to ward off or you noticed all these people get compliments and they, get into this big head mode. So I forgot the words, but it was a big
Right.
head like, oh my God, I take that and embellish it and I become impossible to be around. And I mean, it was stuff like that. Okay. I mean, that was the
Right.
definition I got out of that. Yet you can't name anybody.
No, and it looms as some sort of weird heaviness, and like you said, I can't. It's not like I can even. Yeah,
Okay.
it kind of. Yes.
Okay, this is kind of general, but I want to get to it anyway, okay?
Yeah.
Even though I have this really screwed up perception
Even though I have this extremely screwed up perception
that any kind of a compliment
that any kind of a compliment
is going to cause other people huge big heads.
is going to cause other people huge big heads.
I can't name a single instance of this
I can't name a single instance of this
in my 44 years,
in my 44 years,
but it's bound to happen.
but it's bound to happen.
And that's what it says in my inside job.
And that's what it says in my inside job.
Okay. Compliments give people big heads,
Compliments give people big heads,
not love.
not love.
Big heads,
Big heads,
not love.
not love.
Keep going.
Big heads, not love. Big heads, not love. Oh, I hope that one holds because that just totally collapsed. So let's see if that one holds.
It was kind of global, but I just wanted to do something with it, at the
I
moment.
know it's like, remember I told you it was looming? Like it's always just been there looming as some sort of version that, like you said, I can't even name somebody. I don't have people in my life that are like that. It was just kind of a looming thing,
Yeah.
and that just whisked away like Megaphone Man,
Well, yeah. Yeah, again, the video's a little fuzzy, but um, where was I going to go with that? Oh, yeah, there are. When I said you couldn't name a single person in 44 years or whatever it was, that's probably not totally accurate. There probably has been a time or two somewhere along the line, either saw it in a movie or on TV, or some friend of yours got, quote, conceited or something like that.
right,
Somewhere
sure.
you've got a model.
Yeah, right.
I mean, we all have it someplace, some perception of it. But you were putting it forward like this is the norm,
Right, exactly. It's right.
and it really isn't. And you have no problem giving me a compliment. My guess is, I don't follow you around, but my guess is you are forever complimenting your son, your husband, your friends, your sister.
Yeah. I mean, that tends to be the main thing people say if they're going to say anything nice about me is how supportive and
Yeah,
complimentary I am.
yeah, okay. So you're
So
not really you're not really worried about him getting a big head.
no,
Okay.
no. In fact, I'd love to work on that for them. It's like good for them. Yeah, it's almost like I want to offer people that which I can't receive myself or something.
Yeah. I think you're spectacular. I think you're spectacular. Now, what did you do with that one?
You said it in such a sweet way. I thought for a second, I think he might mean it.
I do mean it. I do. So, but
Yeah,
I want to know what you did with it.
I let some of it in.
Well, how much is some?
I know. That's what I was trying to see. It's like, well, first of all, wow, I let some of it in. I didn't just shut it down. Now, let's see. I let in 30%. Yeah, that's so amazing. Is that if I let in 100, would that feel 3 times as good? Because that was so nice. I can't believe how much like shut that down. Oh my God, you're gonna make me cry. I really like you just saying that. I just felt this like surge, and I was like, that's only 30%, and that's what that feels like. Holy crap! I'm a crazy woman.
I also see you as very gentle, very caring, and really, I mean, you've got this light. And this is the truth now. I'm not sitting here, I'm testing you, yes, but I'm also telling you how I see it. You have this light, you have this radiance in your eyes, that just shows everything. And the fact that you are in pain and still put this out is extraordinary to me. That's been my view from day one. And that's the truth. So did you take it in or not?
I am taking it in. Thank you.
Well, did you have to force it in there?
No, I'm just letting it kind of spray on me. You have to understand, this was like wow, thank you.
Now, are you acting, my dear, or is that really in there?
Oh my gosh, I think do you not know me well enough? I don't know how to act.
Well,
I'm
I'm
I'm a crazy person. I'm who I am. I am who I am. I've never been able to put
okay.
on like poses or
Okay.
masks.
All right.
No, it's just for some reason after we did that global thing, I told you that looming thing. I mean, it was literally a looming black dark ball. And we did that one global thing and the looming thing went away. And I think it just maybe developed, like you said, a normal healthy celebrities or butt heads, whatever, who cares? That looming thing just went away.